hopefully will be brought under the ambit of the GST once the GST Council's approval comes in. Where does your government stand on both the inclusion of alcohol as well as petroleum products?
We are not agreed for alcohol and petroleum to be brought under the GST, because please understand, in the process the government's revenue are also important. Every state is a welfare state, we have also obligations, and ultimately at no cost the state governments can compromise their existing revenues. No doubt the Government of India has said that in the legislation they will provide compensation for the next 5 years, but still then ultimately revenues cannot be compromised, and this petroleum and the alcohol are revenues which are very important for a state. It will be difficult for compromise on those issues. But understand, the GST is really a great reform which can boost the entire economy of the country and also can add about 1% to 2% more to the GDP of the country. So ultimately we are here to welcome the legislation.
That's good to hear, sir, and the Congress party also extending its support to the GST bill in Parliament. But let me ask you if there's been any assessment or calculation that's been done by your government in terms of the revenue loss, if at all, because, for instance, Tamil Nadu, of course, it's a manufacturing state, has said that they stand to lose a little over 9,000 crore rupees annually. Have you done any GST-related math, sir, within your government?
Yes, as far as the manufacturing, yes, we will lose something, but ultimately Karnataka is also a state which consumes a lot, you see. Service industry is there, and then ultimately will be compensated, but ultimately in the interest, national interest, we have to also somewhere compromise, and we have welcomed this legislation and supported the legislation.
Yes. Now the negotiations will start, Mr. Deshpande, on the actual GST bill, which we believe will be brought to Parliament during the winter session. And of course, all political parties have very categorically stated that it's a bill that should be brought not as a money bill, but a bill that will be discussed and debated in Parliament. What would be the big areas of negotiation? What would you require clarification from the government? I mean, a lot of states have expressed concerns on the timing of the compensation. Of course, the government is now guaranteed compensation for 5 years, but states want clarity on when the compensation will start to be rolled out, etc. What is it that you would now like clarifications on? What are the contentious issues that you will negotiate on?
See, passing is one. It may be passed today in Rajya Sabha. Amendments could be done in the Lok Sabha in winter session, but ultimately implementation is very important, and it has to happen from 1st April 2017. Then Government of India will have to take recourse to those actions, because more than 50% states will have to also agree to that, and then the President has assent, and as per the GST is concerned, it goes to the Council. The concerns of the state will be that just saying that they will compensate is not sufficient. It should be also legally made. Legally, it should come in the framework that Government of India will be bound to pay this compensation, which is very important.
But that's what they've said, sir. Now, I mean, the amendment that's been moved now, clause 19, which is the compensation clause, very categorically states that the centre shall pay for a period of 5 years.
That was the demand. That was the demand we made, and if they have, because I don't have the fine print of the bill which he has moved. But if it's there, it's good. But ultimately, we have to understand that states cannot lose their revenues, and for that, discussions will have to be done. All stakeholders have to be involved: the industry, trade, states, and then solutions have to be found amicably.
Yes, solutions will have to be found amicably.